show, a review show, and it is all about today the brand new movie Predator, Killer of Killers that just came out 3 days ago, maybe 2 days ago. Either way, it's the newest entry in the Predator franchise, and we were just about to start the Predator franchise on this review show, and so but no, a new one came out, and we said, "Hey, let's try to get some likes and some views by talking about the newest one."
That'll be what everybody's
It's
searching
hot,
for.
right? It's hot, it's fresh, it's new.
They'll be like, "Is this
Yeah,
worth watching? Should I watch this?"
right. Is it worth it in the Predator lore and all that? And yeah, I we'll get into how it is. But first off, let me introduce my usual guest star co-host at this damn point, Carl the Madman. Yeah, give it
Hey
up for him.
now,
This guy. Hey now, it's Carl the Madman. That I love that trailer today that I put out because I full on just like back ended like YouTube. Like I used like a YouTube video downloader off Google, like one of those shitty sites that you can put a link in and download somebody's YouTube video.
oh
So
yeah,
I
yeah,
used one of those, and then I took one of your shorts, but then I downloaded one, and I was like, he always says, "Hey, it's Carl the Madman here,"
not
and like the
always.
last, and not always, and I downloaded like three of them,
Oh really? Yeah.
and then I downloaded like three of them, and none of them said it until I was like, I know when he says it, so I went back to one of our when you were like bringing up our review show, and I was like, I know he said it here, so so I got it. So it took me. I know I could have just probably done it easier and be like, "Hey, can you send me a voice clip of this?"
Anytime.
And right, and next time that's how I'm gonna do it because that was it was a little bit of work, but I thought it was funny too. Oh, Jenna Cameron says hi. Hello. That's the wife, and at least she pretends to view us doing our reviews, and she pretends to participate, if not just make fun of me.
Make sure it's working.
But
Making sure it's working. Oh yeah, it's working this time. Yeah.
good.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, what have you been up to this week? Let's do a little intro here.
What have I been up to this week? Not
Yeah,
much. I just got Disney back yesterday, so
awesome. So we can
uh,
get back on track,
just to
back to
work,
the weekly.
just to work and the daily vlogging. That's about all I've been up to.
Yeah, those are going great. I've been
The
watching all
daily
Scum
vlogging.
Dogs,
The daily vlogging.
daily,
The daily
the
vlogging.
daily vlogs. I saw you yelling at the horses there. That was a good one.
hmm And I yelled at
And
that dog.
yeah,
I yelled at a dog, and the
yeah,
dog barked.
right. And was
Yeah,
confused.
that was on today's actually.
Yeah.
Because I was being responsible.
What? Oh, Jesus. I see what she's putting up. Do. Let's get that. That's better. That's better. You can barely see it. You can barely see it. There you go,
See,
my love.
see what?
In in the
Oh,
reflection, she can see all her dirty dishes on her banister up there, and I didn't realize it.
in your mirror.
It's fine. It's fine. Nobody's looking at the mirror. Nobody's looking at the mirror. It's fine. It's fine,
Uh,
baby.
I know I would have never noticed it.
Right? And
Dirty.
besides, that's a green screen. Whatever's up there, I chose to put up there. It's a green
Uh,
screen. It's a studio. I'm in a
aren't-
studio. How do people know that's a real thing?
that's right.
Nobody until you told them.
What the hell's going?
God,
The hell's going on here? Come here,
breaking the reality, baby.
baby.
Not you, Carl. Not you, Carl.
What have you been? Oh, you. Oh, sorry. What have you been up
Oh,
to this week? Where the hell did your live stream go now? What the hell's going on?
I swear you were on it.
I was.
Uh, Me, just getting back into the fucking. Actually, yeah, I worked, did the regular work thing all week. Been doing the live, the not the live, but the video challenge, the vlogs. Some of them have gotten a little lazy over the few days, and I just kind of like repost something else or
Uh-huh.
post a trailer for a day. But hey, it's working. It's working.
Oh, there it
Mostly,
is.
I'm trying to put something fresh and something new on every time. Like
The
and I
word,
think that's what's
the
killing me.
yeah.
Instead of just doing like a regular video of me just talking, I'm like, well, I gotta do something.
Hmm.
I gotta make this fucking magical.
Hmm.
And I never do. I fucking never do.
No, never. Don't never say never.
Right? Like,
But
but I mean, like,
the word,
but it's like I never have to. What are you
no.
saying there?
I'm just saying the word. It's a challenge. It's a 30-day
Yeah.
challenge, and it's a challenge more than people that don't do it all the time realize. I know a lot of guys when the first time they tried it, their first few videos they put everything into them, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Fuck." I used
They just burn out right
is where
away,
you could
right?
have used or you could have used those 10 different ideas that you had in your first video throughout
Oh,
10 days.
I've realized half of my videos could have been 4 videos
Yeah,
easily.
yeah, yeah. Especially with the shorts format because you've only got 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Then they don't have to be 3 minutes. I don't. They can be 30 seconds.
Oh God.
But
Oh God. Yeah.
it's
It's
that's
funny when I do ones that are longer than 3 minutes, and I'm like, oh, now I have to break it up. Fuck. It's happened for like 2 of them that I've
mhm.
like went to post them, and had to post it as a video, and I'm like, what? Why is it posted?
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
now
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
have to put it on as an actual fucking. I have to put it actually on as a. Stop talking about my man boobs, babies. Anyways, here, there's a quick shot for you. Anyways, now we're gonna get demonetized because you damn women.
Yeah. Oh God,
Uh,
put that pepperoni away.
wait, where?
What?
Oh, this thing.
Ew,
I know,
pepperonis. Yeah. Ew.
and the wife shaved my chest, my whole stuff. I used to look like a man here. Now I look like a child. She ruined me, Carl. Anyways, I think we lost a viewer, at least one
whatever,
from that one.
whatever works for you. Whatever works for you.
uh, yeah, but I went in and I got my eyes checked out again.
Hmm.
That was on one of my shorts. Yeah, and I got new glasses. And a funny thing about that, when I went and got my glasses and I went and got my prescription renewed, and I'm sitting there like like just hanging out at home once I finally get home after uh, a slightly traumatizing bus ride back for my wife because she doesn't take the bus. She doesn't do that. She's not poor like me, and she did one day that day. And she came back, and there's just a guy behind us just eating loudly, and he wasn't like all mentally there. So he's just and she's just ready to like turn around and stab him. I'm like, no, no, no. This is why the Greyhound got shut down. You can't act out. You can't act out on that kind of shit. You have to just be like, you know. So there was this lately that happened, and on the way back to Castle. Okay, shit. So I get what was the main part of this story?
uh, Bus ride.
Going back to Castle, bus ride, traumatizing. Why? Oh no, I got yeah. So I got my glasses. Going back, got my prescription, and fuck, wow, I just fucking forgot that shit there. So yeah, I got my prescription and sitting and hanging out at home, and my buddy, who's the drummer in my band, not my band, but the band I play in, which are an untitled band name now. I'll talk to you later on that one when we're off screen, and we'll have a chat about that on one of our podcasts too. But yeah, he's the drummer in my band, and he goes, "So, hey, thanks for the business, and also you're blind as fuck because I forgot he like he's like I think one of the owners because his dad started the business and then he bought in. His dad retired, and now he's working with his dad's partner. Either way, but like the main business that does prescription like optics and ocular like that, like he actually makes all the actual like so not he's not a optometrist, but he makes all the glasses for all the optometrists and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so yeah, he sends me this photo and it's got my prescription. He's like, dude, you're blind as fuck. Back in the story, it was just one of my buddies roasting me, and I was like, how the fuck do you even know this? It's just what? Oh yeah, you own that shit. Fuck.
That's funny.
Hey! You don't have to talk about the bald men on live stream, Jenna. You don't have to be mean.
Is it glaring?
No,
Do I need to
no,
get the
you're not shining.
do I need to get the flower?
I love that one. That
Do I?
was I remember that. Uh, yeah. Okay. So I guess I can actually get on with it. We can get on with the show. Oh God damn it, dog! That might be my family-in-law dropping off a brand new lawnmower, which I'm stoked on.
Nice.
Uh, you, you're gonna get to see the send off of my old lawnmower in my newest animation.
Ah.
Because for anybody who's watched the full episode, I end up back at the house next to the lawnmower.
Mhm.
It's still burning, and I wake up and I go, "Did any of that really goddamn happen? Did any of what I just went through happen?" And we're gonna get back to that. We're gonna get back to that, and with my lawnmower friend Bowie.
Boy. Boy.
Boy,
Boy.
no, yeah, Lonnie the lawnmower. That's going to be my buddy. He's there for at least the first scene of the episode, the first two scenes. But yeah, I've been upgrading my. I'm not going to kill the lawnmower. Don't. I'm not going to kill the lawnmower, wife. Okay, I've killed every other one we've had, but I'm not going to kill this one. I promise you. Uh,
That's what
I
happens. That's just what happens to lawnmowers.
right, and
They
I'm
don't run
sorry.
forever, especially the new ones. If you can get a
No,
really good old one, then you're laughing.
but it does have two cup holders, one for beer and one for water. But
Oh,
as Jenna just said, two for beer,
a
two for
riding
beer. Because I
riding
don't.
lawnmower.
No,
Oh,
just a walker,
oh, with
but it
drink
has
holders.
cup holders,
Oh, nice.
right?
Wow, you're living the
Well,
good life.
that's right. That's gonna ruin half my productivity. Because what I usually do with lawn mowing is I don't know if I've told you this before, but I'll like set up my I'll like like take a good drink, get started, and put my drink down like a quarter of the way into where I have to mow. So I have to mow down to where I get another drink, and I'm like, okay, and then I keep going.
Oh, yeah.
But now having the cup holder, I'm just gonna get fucking smashed,
That's where your refill is. So you got to go get the next one.
right?
Halfway
So
down,
and
you get your next drink.
yeah, exactly. Now that's it's just gonna be a sped up process.
You're gonna
That's all.
you're gonna drink twice as much now.
Yeah, yeah. My liver thanks me. Honest, I've also planned out my Halloween costume for this year for 2025,
Holy
and
fucking organized.
I'm going as Jimmy Jam.
Jimmy
I,
Jam.
I I'm gonna have the full a full skeleton outfit, and
Ah,
then the neon pink trucker hat, the black hoodie, the neon green shorts, and black shoes, and then I'm also gonna have don't know who I am on the hoodie, and then on the back it'll be like, check out Jimmyjampresents, and it's
there
just
you
gonna be
go.
a whole night of me self promoting myself, and I'm gonna do that fucking every year until people start noticing me.
There you go. Hey, your subs are climbing. Fuck, you're in this. You'll be over 100 in no time.
Right? I'm actually like already at 66, which is pretty cool.
Mm.
It took me fucking forever to get to 50, and then I blew past 50 like in a week or two.
Hmm.
So and it just consistency, just doing it. Like if you take a week off and don't put anything new, you're not gonna get more subscribers. I figured that out.
No, not unless you got a huge. Not unless you got a huge library.
Yeah, and like a very well organized library. So if people are like, "Oh, I like this of him,"
Hmm.
but if you're like me and you, where you do 1,000 different things on your channel,
Hmm.
like where it gets kind of spaced out, and if it's not organized, so people can't be like, "Oh, I want to watch this playlist," and then maybe they're like, "Oh, I'll check out this one," and maybe they'll like it or not. But that's kind of what I'm doing with my animated and my vlogging and podcasting and reviews. But
Doesn't matter what you do, you can't
Uh,
make everybody happy. Not everybody's
no,
gonna like.
exactly.
There's gonna be those
Oh,
guys out. There's those guys out there. They just hit thumbs down. That's just what they do.
well, I get one. Every single video is short. I get one, at
Really?
least
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
one. Oh, but it'll be like up to like 14 likes and one, and it's just like I swear it's the same fucking person. I swear it's the
That's
same goddamn person,
that makes you wonder.
right?
I've s- I've
It's
I've
just
I've pretty much quit even caring or looking. But
I just look every now and then,
mm,
but I'm still I like again. I don't even have 100 subs. So if anybody's watching this, or in the future, if anybody's watching this and you like my content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Yeah, because and that'll be in the edited version, like 100 times. I want you people to hit the subscribe button.
you
Everybody that hits
people.
a like but doesn't subscribe, you viewers, my viewers, you people I love. Yeah.
The like
Anyways,
the like but doesn't subscribe. Yeah.
yeah, right. That ratio kills me. Or the continuous watchers but don't subscribe. It's like just hit the fucking button. Like, but a lot of those people are just people that still go on YouTube and don't have a YouTube account and just
Mm,
watch it like blankly.
true enough.
You
Yeah.
know, like it took me years to ever actually get a YouTube account and be
Mm,
like, oh, and only that happened because there were videos that were like, oh, you're age restricted, you can't watch this. And I was like, fuck that. You can't tell me how old I am, and I was like 20. I was like, fuck you. So I went and made an account, and then I was like,
mm,
oh, this is kind of cool. Oh, I could actually just start my own videos at any point now. So yeah, if anybody out there is just watching this stuff too in the future, just make an account, man. It's pretty cool. You don't have to share or share people. You don't have to do anything on it, but you can watch cooler stuff. And yeah, just fucking do it. Anyways, that's my shell for YouTube. I hope you guys hear it. Because I like that part of YouTube. That it's like, oh, you just and it's connected to Google too. So if you have any kind of Google account, it's easy for me. I have a Google phone. I'm like
oh, do you?
fucking connected directly. Yeah, I got a Google Pixel, so
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like directly connected.
Ah,
Everything runs. My YouTube is so easy. Like
we'll have to.
everything's so
Yeah.
straightforward.
Yeah. We'll have to talk about that one day. I'm curious about that phone. Not today though.
Yeah, yeah, no. Yeah, I guess after 15 minutes of talking bullshit, 17, 18 almost.
That was
Let's
the
get into
that was the warm up.
right. That's a straight up woman. Let's get into Predator, Killer of Killers. The newest one that was also directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who created who not created, but he did a Prey.
Prey, I think. Yeah.
He yeah, and he's also doing Badlands. That's kind of connected to this all the new live action movie that's coming out. I think this October, September, something like that. I'm not sure. I
A
think
new
it's this year though.
a new Predators movie.
Yeah, an actual live action one, but
Oh yeah.
it's the one I showed you where it's like all based on like following a young Yautja, predator,
You
and there's
sent
that
it to me.
synthetic droid. Yeah, there's that like so there's that that chick there that yeah, and it shows like a big badass predator that's killing things, and it's like this young one that looks. There's also a young one that looks like kind of different, a little goofy, but I think we talked about it.
Uh,
I'll send it to you again too, because
good idea.
there's
Yeah.
a because there's
The brain
also
ain't what it used to be.
there's a really cool, and only because it's kind of connected to. There's a really cool shot in the opening of the trailer, and it's just like in Predator 2, where there's a trophy room, and it shows
Mm.
a bunch of alien skulls. And again, right off, it shows the xenomorph, but it also shows the alien from, and I don't know if everybody caught this, but the alien from Alien, no, Independence Day. Those aliens, those big skulled aliens that came in the
I don't remember what they look like.
yeah, and the Will Smith and fucking
Yeah. I remember the movie, but
yeah,
yeah,
Jeff Goldblum,
I
yeah.
don't remember what the. I was hoping you were going to say there was a skeleton of fucking ET
No, no, not
with his
quite. They haven't
finger, a
gotten
little
quite
red
there.
finger. ET. We got
That's
one.
it, right?
That was a tough
But
kill.
that's That's
They
literally just
move
Fox.
quick. They walk like penguins.
Fox
Hey,
or Dirty, right?
dead in the trophy room. They don't. They
Reese's
don't.
Pieces.
Yeah.
Just throwing Reese's Pieces at the fucker. Uh, yeah,
Phone
that's how they
home.
trap it.
Phone home. Trap it with fucking with Reese's
Reese's
Pieces.
Pieces. The predator's just sitting there at its trap, like throwing them out.
Following this line of fucking Reese's
Right?
Pieces. Phone
Uh,
home.
okay, okay, Disney. Come on. Throw us the contract. We got a movie right there. I can write it. I'll write it. I swear to God. It won't. And
Look,
it'll go into this
E-
anthology style.
E.T. shows up in like Star Wars.
Right?
Hmm.
More than once.
Yeah, a couple times
Him
I
in the
think. Yeah.
background. Yeah.
Hmm. But anyways,
Yeah. So, Predator Killer of Killers. Before we get into big spoiler and all that about each section, because this is an anthology movie by Dan Trachtenberg, and it's broken up into three main sections, and
oops, shit.
they're all they're all based on a cool idea that Trey really brought out was the idea of how did how would other people in other walks of life, generations, time frames have dealt with these kind of aliens, these predators? Like, how would they have dealt with them? Would it have been the
Hmm.
same? What kind of tactics would they have used? How would they have figured it out? Would they win? Would they not? And I thought that was a really cool idea with Prey, and that's to me it's like the best idea for the whole Predator concept for movies and stuff. And I'm kind of scared for the future of them because they're doing this so quickly. Like all of these could have been a movie in themselves.
Hmm.
I think
They could have been, yeah,
like
for
a,
sure.
like live action done like well, but they
The,
could have had the full live action.
the first two for sure.
Yeah. The third one maybe not, but then maybe if it was connected to the secret fourth episode, but that's a big spoiler, so I'll talk about that later.
Hmm.
For maybe if they did it as like the a third movie and it connected that and then went into a new sequel, a new trilogy
Hmm.
after that. You know what I
This
mean?
this
Like
this
connecting every.
this series is animated.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's another thing I keep forgetting to say that this Killer of Killers is an animated Predator thing. Which what do you think about the animation? First off,
I loved it actually.
I thought it took me out of it a little bit when
I don't watch a lot of it though. I don't watch any of it actually, as far as cartoons go. So,
yeah.
but
Well, I thought
I
the
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it better than say the trailers on Call of Duty or whatever. It was nice. It was good.
yeah.
It was well done.
Yeah, I thought the artwork and the gore and all that stuff was really really well done. I thought it like and it only took me like a minute to kind of get past it. But at first, when you watch it, it feels like you're watching something that's loading slowly because the frame rate is kind of off.
Hmm.
It's kind of like a slow frame rate the way that they film it.
Hmm.
And it's a classic animated frame rate. There's nothing wrong with it, but because everything is pushed to such high frame rates now when you watch it, it seems like almost stuttery.
Hmm.
Like they're kind of
Maybe
doing that.
maybe that's why I
But
identified with it more than you, because
right?
that's the
And
anime that I'm used to watching.
yeah, exactly. And so immediately I was like, but then I don't know, through like a minute or two into it, I was like, oh fuck. And I completely forgot about that. But I do remember that being an initial response to me. So I wanted to see what your feeling on that was.
I
And
had no
so
problems with the animation at all. No, it was
awesome. Fuck yeah.
I liked the just I liked it. I just liked it. I don't even know what to say.
Good. And the voice acting. What do you think about them? I thought a lot of it was great. Again, it's
Yeah,
even better than some movies. Like some of the
yeah.
movies, the acting in it was really well done. I personally do think that, and this is going to be a hot topic. People are going to call me a neckbeard for it, but I think there was a little bit of a forced inclusion within each story, like that the fighter pilot in the end had to be of a Latin American descent. The Viking, which we'll get into, the first one had to be based on the mother, but also it makes on a female warrior. But again, it's amazing. So I'm not gonna try to downplay that because their character decisions, and I thought they were great. But you can kind of see that little bit of Disney's hand putting that out there, where they didn't even have to be it. But then again, that is that me being like, oh, they have to be white? No, they absolutely don't. So
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
so I guess
this series didn't jump out to be. I know what you're talking about, but it wasn't like
yeah,
it wasn't like overkill by any means.
no,
I didn't think.
no, it wasn't like a lot of the Star Wars stuff, and that's true. Anyways, we'll get into the movie itself before I get myself canceled. So, it starts off. It has three different sections, and the first section is called the Shield, which is about what is it, 906 AD or something like that. That it
Seven
sets
forty
itself.
one
You had
or 841.
841 AD.
Yeah,
Yeah, and right in the Viking era, and it's they're
that would have been a few years before they invaded France.
yes, exactly,
Or no, England.
exactly.
England. I mean, their first initial raid, I think, was 847 when they went to that
Okay.
monastery and found all those
Oh
injured,
yes,
found all those dead priests and their buildings burning. So they saved all their gold and stuff. They kept it safe because
yep.
something had happened to them all.
Right.
Hmm.
Who knows?
They just
Who
came up on
knows?
shore and there was like chaos, dead bodies everywhere.
Right. I wonder what happened here.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah,
we better keep this gold safe. Grab that silver too.
right. We're just gonna keep it safe for you guys. Just gotta keep it safe.
Yeah.
So and yeah, so we're introduced right off the hop to our main character of this story, Ursa. And do you know?
Badass. She's a badass.
Yeah, behind the like mythological story of like Ursa, like and why Ursa Major and Ursa Minor are were created in Norse
I
mythology.
don't actually know the story. No.
Oh, it's I'm probably gonna get it wrong a lot of this, but I do remember that it was the story of Callisto, and I don't know if she was a woman or like a human woman or like a half breed or whatever, but somebody that Zeus had an affair with. Again, who would have guessed Zeus having an affair with somebody? So he had an affair, and then she had a child, and Zeus's pretty much he had to protect her because the gods wanted her dead, blah blah blah. So his big plan was to turn her and her son into bears and then throw them at the sky. And that's the kind of the story behind Ursa Minor and Ursa Major, like Big Bear, Little Bear, are
Oh yeah.
constellations.
Oh, so that's a
And that
that's a Roman thing, not a Norse
yes,
thing.
yes.
Ah, okay.
Well, it's Roman, but then the Norse took a different story into it, and I don't fully know theirs, but it's almost similar,
Oh
but
yeah. Oh,
not.
I'm curious
It's
now.
also about a woman and her child, and that I think that's why they chose that name for this
Hmm.
because they either way both versions of the story are tragedies
Hmm.
about a woman and her child being exiled or the hardship between a mother and her child and her son too. It was always a son. So I think there was a reason why they chose the name Ursa for this badass Viking, which I'm like, blah, 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 long talking to get into is that I think that the writers had a reason to choose that name
Hmm.
for this Viking, and she is a badass,
Good, strong Viking name. Yeah, it's a good name. Good name.
right?
Suited the part without knowing any of what you were just talking about. Yeah, that's
But also with how the story goes, because of with the child and how her son Anders, because
Anders. Yeah.
you're introduced to both of them in the beginning of the this section, and they're on a boat, and you realize that Ursa is going after the man that killed her father,
Hmm.
and you learn through a back cut that she actually was forced to kill her father, and this man. What was his name? It was almost a Russian name or like a Slavic
That's what I
like
thought
a
too.
Slavic name.
It wasn't a
Yeah,
scan.
it
It
was like
wasn't a traditional Scandinavian name.
no, it was more Slavic.
Krisich or something. Krivich or
Krivich or yeah, Krivich.
Krivich or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it had some kind of vetch to it,
Hmm.
and which struck me because it was like, oh, this is the Viking going to a whole different area.
Hmm.
Which again, this movie does something that kind of bothers me in the entire Predator lore, and we haven't gone through all the other movies, so we'll get back to why I think this when we go through the other movies. But in the first and the second Predator movie, and even the third, they really set out that the Predators come down to Earth on the hottest days because they like to hunt in the heat. Like in the first two movies, they always bring up that they like to come and hunt in heat.
Oh,
It's
really? Oh, yeah. Okay.
yeah, and that's how they find out about the heat sensor and like that they can only see by heat. And yes, that they're like almost reptilian in the way that they really enjoy heat, but they don't shut down. Like a higher level of heat is where they are active.
Hmm.
And they fucked this up really bad in Alien versus Predator, which is a movie we'll get into. But and then again, they did it in this one where they bring a predator into a very cold, like there's snow everywhere. It is not a warm like environment at all. Why
Right.
would the predator be there? But maybe there was also no other fights that were like going at like battles when this one predator decided to come to this planet.
Maybe at
But
that
like
time, maybe
because
at that time frame on the planet, that's where the best warriors were. That was the biggest challenge was in that area. Maybe.
Exactly, like that's kind of what I'm thinking, and
Hmm.
that's kind of what they go for more in these subscrew like in these scenes. Is, come on, Bear Dog and Ruby, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. No, I should have done that. It's fine. Again, a lawnmower might get dropped off, and I might have to run off in the middle of this, but
That's all
I don't
right.
want to go check yet.
I'll just hang out.
Uh,
I'll just hang out here
but
with my
yeah,
little alien buddy if that happens.
right? Yeah, so they have the predator in a snowy area, and that kind of bothers me. But I jumped ahead, anyways. So I guess yeah, Ursa is going for revenge,
Avenge
and
me! Avenge
yeah,
me!
avenge me. Yes, the father was screaming as she plunged the knife in.
Avenge me comes up a couple of times in that first movie
Yes,
or
yeah,
first
yeah,
movie.
about many things. If I were
Hmm.
to die, avenge me, and I hope you're. And then she turned to her son, like, I hope your spirit tastes blood tonight,
Avenge
or
me!
like, so, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then that keeps kind of coming up the whole time. But I like Anders because he's this young kid who's like obviously a young warrior who's been led in this life. But the way they play him in this opening, it's you don't really know because he's young. He could be super inexperienced. He could not be. But like I almost thought he was just gonna get murdered right away.
Uh-huh.
Which like just because they played the character up so much that oh he's just gonna die right away.
Hmm. No,
But it was
no axe, no axe, no sword, just a spear.
yeah, right, exactly, no, and like not really any heavy armor. Like
Hmm.
he had very light armor on too,
Did he have any
and
armor on?
also I think just like light like maybe leather or like pelt well like
Yeah,
clothing that
yeah,
was
yeah.
kind of armor.
Uh-huh.
But also Ursa's Oh yeah, the name of this is called The Shield. This first of the anthology, and her choice of weapon happens to be these two bladed shields
She's a
that are
shield.
like half cut.
She's a shield maiden.
And what do you think about that? I fucking love it. I'm not even gonna wait. I love her choice of weapons. It is
Mm.
so badass, and
I mean,
they do really well. I mean,
as far as Viking lore goes, you know, the shield maidens,
there's
you know, they had a shield, but they always had like a axe or something
a
as
short
well.
sword or like a
Not two shields,
oh.
but I thought it was pretty cool though. Yeah, that was, you
and,
know,
and and I like that she clearly had them bladed too. Like it was a whole like because some of the ways that she cut people with those shields,
oh
they
yeah,
were
uh,
fully bladed on the bottom.
they were savage. Yeah, they were
Yeah,
sharp. Yeah, no, it was
and
pretty cool.
yeah, uh,
She was dangerous.
oh, absolutely. And I there's not really much introduction to the rest of the Vikings on the ship. You know that they've all you can just kind of tell that they've all worked together for a while, and
Hmm.
like there's a little bit of camaraderie, some jokes here and there, but I don't think there's any like anything that stood out. Was there anything that stood out to you?
With the other Vikings? No, not really. No,
No, no.
they were just your stereotypical Viking guys.
Exactly. All
Mhm.
men, all badasses. Oh, one woman, one other woman
There was
who was
another woman
also a
there. Yeah.
badass.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so she's talking about avenge, and she wants revenge, and that's what this story like is really about is her getting her revenge for the killer of her father. Well, not the killer, but the killer of her whole clan and her father. And then, and I do love the red handprint over the face, the red paint.
The
I
blood,
thought that was a cool. Yeah,
the blood eye.
yeah. I thought that was a good addition. And yeah, so they finally get to this island that they learn. Well, for I guess first they wipe out this whole town, and then they find out that one of them, but that one of them's alive,
Mm-hmm.
and then they find out where this guy is living. Like he's held up in a heavily guarded fortress on this one island, and then she fucking cuts him in half.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a great end of the interrogation. Like, oh, just, oh yeah, help me. Like, oh yeah, and then she just cuts him the fuck half. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just no holds barred. Like, I'll make it quick at least. And it is. It shows you that they're not scared to go along with gore, at least even in these animated. Because
Yeah,
sometimes animated movies get more gore or less, and that was that first scene that you go, oh okay, so it's gonna be a gory movie. Sweet.
mm-hmm. Yeah, there was some good gore in there. All right.
Oh yeah, and so that happened, and then the boat ride, and then they finally end up on this island. Uh, they go in, and they absolutely fuck up. Definitely Ursa, watching it from her like her third person view
Mm-hmm.
of her going through the. She fucks up these goddamn Vikings so hard. Like it is just. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable.
There's
But it would be great to see live action though, and I know they could pull something like that off. But
she's berserker style.
just shredding them, just pure rage, like the entire time, just like the embodiment of rage and anger.
Female
Just
berserker shield maiden.
yeah, and just throwing them both, cutting heads off, and oh, it is great. Again, go watch this movie. If not for just the animation, or and not
There's a ton of great action in this movie
yeah.
from
Oh, absolutely.
pretty much all the way through it.
Yeah, and like I was blown away. It took me a second, like again with the animated, I was like, oh, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna go soft? Or nope, they didn't. And the action scenes were great. They kept me super hooked. And there's a couple that I went, okay, that's a little like just suspend my disbelief. Okay, 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 it's a movie. It
Mm.
works, whatever.
Mhm.
but that comes up later, not so much in this one. But yeah, and they fuck up the whole the whole island, and then they get up to Krevich or whatever Scandinavia, and he's an old man now, and she proudly stands there, and he goes, "Oh, I remember you," and then gives her all this shit, and just really gets on her nerve, like gets like under her skin, and you can see the things that he's saying is even bothering Anders, and
Mhm.
then like halfway through, Kravitz doing his big evil monologue speech, like his head just fucking gets cut off and just slides off, and you see Anders, and he's just standing there like fucking furious,
I had enough of
like
you.
just yeah, I'm not going to listen to you talk about my mother like that. And done. Like just murdered. And I thought that, and then it cuts back to Ursa, and she's just got a smile, like she's like,
My boy,
right, like
my
bad boy,
my baby. Oh, my baby.
right, right, and it's such that Viking, like, oh yes, you're like my child. You are a man. You are my child.
Attaboy.
Absolutely. And I loved it. He was such a badass. And so is he. But then things get kind of fucked up.
Yeah, okay, so they killed the
Uh,
fucking Chris Kravitz guy then there, and then, well, yeah, what the hell
yeah.
happened next?
And then boom, the Anders gets shot back because he gets hit by some kind of propulsion.
Hmm.
And to me, I think that was just him coming out of his like maybe he like banged down with his weapon that we'll see. Like his arm weapon that we'll see in a minute here in the video. And he Anders gets shot back, and then all of a sudden this isn't just a predator. This is a massive fucking predator
Yeah, they're big.
that comes out. Like this, like even throughout the whole movie, these ones are big.
They're big, yeah.
But this one is just huge.
Hmm.
But then yeah, you also see one thing that he's missing an arm, but he's not missing an arm because he has a shock weapon attached to it that he has to like cock back
Oh, yes.
and then
Yeah.
uses it as like a shock attack,
Uh-huh.
which
Has that weapon showed up anywhere else?
not in any other thing.
Okay, I
So
was wondering. I
it's a
was
kind of,
wondering about that because I was like, should I remember this weapon? Because I don't remember this weapon.
no,
Oh, okay.
no, that this is an absolutely new, and I think it's kind of cool to show that this predator has been on other hunts because he has lost his arm from
Hmm.
being his hand, and he instead of making it a disadvantage, he turned it into a fucking weapon. You
Sonic
know what I
boom.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool to do, like to do with the Yautja or the predator, the lore of them. It's like, oh yeah, if they get amputated, they're just gonna make more fucking weapons out of it. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was cool to see to see like a slightly more aged predator that has been battle weary,
Hmm.
but he fucks up all of these Vikings in such horrendous ways,
Hmm.
man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He's fucking tooling them,
Like, and then even just like when he grabs a couple of them and just throws them up, and they just splatter on the fucking
crushing skulls against walls, and
yeah.
hmm
Like it is horrendous, and it's just pure beast mode. This thing.
hmm
And it kills all of them. And then Ursa and her son Anders, they take it on for a while, and they do pretty good. They get some good shots. So does that one. There's one Viking that gets a couple of good shots too, but
hmm
then he gets fucked up right after he gets a couple of good shots. And you can see that. But oh yeah, they make the thing bleed. So
hmm
so they're all like, okay, so we can't kill it, and then it gets hurt. This one gets hurt pretty good in this first fight.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, like Ursa stabbing it and beating the. beating the hell out of its back, like at the back of its neck, trying to take its fucking head off.
Mhm.
I swear that's what she was doing, just beating into the back of the neck. Yeah, and there's a good fight, but then the house collapses or whatever that the building
Mhm.
they're fighting and collapses, and Anders gets trapped
Mhm.
underneath, and Ursa gets a bit like, oh shit, and then she gets knocked. I think with one of his project punches or something like that, but he knocks her all the way off the cliff, like right off the cliff, and then she is just able to catch on back with her shield.
Mhm.
Which is funny because that same shot is redone at the very end in the spoiler section
Oh,
with a different character. Yeah, the same kind of shot where they're like blown off the edge and then they grab on right at the last moment. And
oh yeah.
I just put that together right now, but
Mm.
I absolutely remember it. Yeah, so she gets blown off, and then she gets knocked in the end all the way. Oh, like yeah, she catches it and then gets knocked off again by a bigger rock. But luckily, the rock breaks a hole in the ice in the sea floor in the floor lake floor below her, and she goes through it underneath and almost dies, and then has more.
Finds an
Avenge me.
she finds a little air pocket.
Yeah, and then comes back to you and finds an air pocket, and then that's when this predator comes looking, and she realizes it doesn't see her,
Mhm.
and probably I think this is the moment she realizes it sees heat,
Yeah, I don't know if
and
they
then
I don't know if they didn't really make a point of her realizing that. I didn't think in that
no,
first
she
story.
did. She never said it in this one. Like
Mhm.
in all the other ones, they kind of make a point of it.
Mhm.
So I don't know if she actually noticed it or if that was just a lucky
It seemed like it was just sort of a fluke to me, but
luck.
who
Yeah,
knows? Yeah,
yeah.
she was under
No,
the
no.
ice and she realized that it couldn't see her under the ice, but I don't know if that made her.
If she realized it was heat because
Yeah,
it was all cold. So you know
mhm.
what? You're right.
But
And yeah, and then there's a pretty good fight on the ice. Yeah, yeah. They go at it pretty good. Another great action scene. I'm trying to remember how it gets taken out in this one,
oh,
right?
uh,
Because I know it's
didn't
through.
didn't she end up cutting it right in half? Or maybe not. I don't remember.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think she ends up cutting it, and then it falls into the ice, though, like into the water.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I think
yeah. Because
drowning it has
they
something to
show
do with.
they show the green blood in the water.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So I think, or she crushed it with something that, and it hit the wall. I actually can't remember the
I
death,
I can't remember either for sure.
but
I thought she cut it in half.
yeah, but yeah. Then she defeats the predator, and it cuts to her, and she gets up, and she finds Anders on the next to the bank, and he's clearly not doing so well. There is a lot of blood
Hmm.
trailing up to him and all around him. And yeah, he dies. Anders dies. And then it kind of just cut.
Spoiler alert. Anders
Spoiler
dies.
alert. Yeah,
Anders
Anders dies.
he's dead.
He is definitely dead. Uh, and that's
He's dead.
that is the end. They killed the boy. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, no, he is dead, and that's the end of the first one.
Well,
Section one.
except for the final scene
And
where they show her sitting somewhere with a fucking electric collar around her.
oh, around her
That
neck, and then
that
she
that
wakes up,
that's how that
and this,
episode ends. Yeah.
yeah, and then well, doesn't she see the other guy,
No, I don't think
the
so at that point.
samurai? Oh, oh
I
no,
think
it's at the end. It's at the end of the
I,
next one.
uh-huh. I think she's just
That
sitting. It's just a shot
yeah,
of her sitting in a dark room with the fucking technology.
electric collar,
Yeah, like some sort of high advanced technology, not Viking technology.
right?
collar
Something
with
that
little,
shouldn't be there.
yeah. I know when that scene came up for me because I had no idea what was coming up. With the rest of them, I was like,
Right?
What the fuck was that ending?" So that I actually rewound it and watched it again, and I was
Right?
still like, "What the fuck is that?" But anyways, it leads to something.
Right. It ends up coming up, becoming more prevalent in the end. Now we're on to number two, called The Sword.
In
And
Japan, samurai,
Japan, like based samurai
samurais,
era, feudal Japan. And they brothers? I
two
kind of
brothers. I think because
two
of the
brothers.
story,
Yeah,
the poem they tell at the beginning about
yeah,
trees, plants, or the leaves on a tree stick together like brothers, but fall separately or something like that. When I can't remember.
yeah,
It's a quote that has to do with being brothers, I think, though, or family or something. So that made me think that they
yeah.
were brothers, and that was their father. And it was like, okay,
That died
only one of
and
only one
separated
of
them.
only one of you gets to be a samurai. So it seems like the
Yeah,
father makes the two brothers go
fight
at it.
and then
That
completely separate.
that's what I thought that was going on
Yeah,
there.
that makes the most sense. I was kind of in and out of this one just because of what I was doing both times. It ended up both times. I was like, fuck, I wanted to catch more of this one.
Hmm.
And yeah,
That's
that's what
that's what
I
it
took
seemed
in.
like to me. It seemed like the father was the samurai or the whatever,
The
and
leader of the
he had
samurai, the
yeah
clan. Yeah.
yeah, and he had two sons, and
Only one
uh,
of them could take on the air or
only one of
be.
them, yeah, only one of them could take the legacy of being the samurai, and so
Yeah.
he's like,
And the other one just
hey, okay,
ended up.
you brats,
Yeah.
go fight,
You
decide.
beat the shit out of each other and let me know who wins. But yeah, so one ends up winning, and the other one ends up kind of just becoming a badass assassin, uh, like
They sh-
ninja. If anything, like
they show him as a farmer too, so he goes and I think
yeah,
he grows up being more of a not so
a
rich
everyday
person.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is where his samurai brother, I think, grows up in an order.
Oh yeah. He grows up like rich, and it was always like expected to be this thing and this. Yeah, there was a lot of the dichotomy of the two different ends of the rich and the poor,
Mm-hmm.
and like how the brothers got split.
Mm-hmm. And then their father dies
And then yes,
of, I don't know, natural causes. I'm not sure. They don't really specify at that point, do they?
I I
And then
think it's just natural causes is the best I can catch.
the bell's going off, and the brother's in the field. He hears the bell, and he goes and gets all of his shit. He's like, okay, now it's time to decide who's going to be the real fucking
Yeah,
king or
who's actually
leader.
going to take the legacy?
Okay, brother,
Yeah.
let's do this again as adults this
Well,
time.
yeah.
So he fucks
I
off.
I I, I yeah. I love the scene when he comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the brother, yeah, after he fucks off, and then they have their life, and then yeah, it's the funeral or whatever,
Was it the
or
funeral?
later.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's after the funeral that the brother comes back, and he just starts murdering everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he breaks in and when he breaks into the whole thing,
He's
like
got all of
as a
his
ninja.
he's got all of his red smoke bombs too, and he just messes them up.
Yeah,
Almost Darth
yeah.
Vader-ish. Like it was like
Oh man,
or Jedi
and
style is what I thought. I was like, this guy's a fucking
oh,
Jedi. Like he's just
absolutely.
not using the Force, but just a fucking
Just his
assassin, dude. Just
movement and his silence and
his
like
his
oh, but
his fighting ability, his sword
I
work
love
was
I
like
love the
watching.
one scene where he just keeps murdering. Like he murders one or two guards, and then he gets up to the one tower, and he fucking fights one, keeps him silent from hitting the bell, and then another one
Oh
comes and
yeah,
he says to kill
yeah,
him, and
yeah.
then he falls, and he has to keep blocking him from hitting the fucking the bell, and like
Mhm.
these like it's kind of like almost like a Jackie Chan action scene. Like where he's like almost comedically like stopping these guys from hitting the bell and
Mhm.
catching it, and then he does like four guys he goes through, and then he just looks and then he just hears the bell go off because he looks up and another tower has finally seen what's going on and they're ringing the bell and he just goes, oh fuck, and then
Uh,
he literally just gives like a big like, oh fuck,
that was that
and then
was
just
the
like,
that was the comedic scene. I thought, yeah, that was
yeah,
made me
that one
laugh.
that one. It reminded me of like old martial arts, like Jackie Chan, like that kind of like
Mm.
he goes through this whole fight, and then he's trying so hard, and then somebody in another part is just like, oh, there he is, and oh
Yeah,
fuck,
it's one of those sniper guys spotting you way across the
yeah,
map, going bing,
oh
bing,
yeah,
bing.
oh yeah, he's got a DM10, he's got a
Mm.
DM10.
That's right.
Call of Duty jokes, you gotta love them,
Fucking
and Call
yeah.
of Duty,
Mm.
fucking Call of Duty, uh,
I'm surprised there's not a Predator in Call of Duty.
right? Well, there's lots of predators in Call of Duty, but that's a
Yeah.
different story. That's more about the streamers.
There's no Disney characters in COD though, is there?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No,
Fortnite.
they yeah, they
Fortnite.
went out to like
Fortnite's got some of the Star Wars characters, I think.
the fight. Mortal Kombat got the Predator and the Alien, I think, and the Terminator, and like all these characters.
Oh, back then, yeah, but now,
Well,
uh,
even now, like in 20, I guess it was like I guess 2020, like the newest one, it has a bunch of them too as
oh yeah,
characters you can buy. Yeah,
oh yeah. Hmm.
I think maybe I'm just old. Maybe I'm just.
I know, I am.
But yeah, they have like the
Science.
xenomorph and like the predator, and you can do horribly graphic murders. Uh,
Sounds like fun.
damn it, dog. Yeah. So yeah, the brothers get into a big fight, and all the meanwhile, there's a predator watching.
Mhm.
And another cool scene when the uh, the ninja brother is kind of like climbing up. You see that he climbs right past the predator.
Mhm.
The predator's right there in his stealth suit, just watching.
Yeah, you hear
And
his
then
little, you hear his
I
little clicky voice going clicky, clicky, clicky. Or
yeah, and he just
whatever.
it keeps going, but it's one of those cool scenes that you're like, oh, and then it cuts back and you see the predators just kind of like sitting there, and you're like,
Mhm.
oh, that's cool. That kind of brings you back to the original Predator and what these scenes were.
The animation of the POV from the Predator, I thought it was pretty cool in this
Oh,
series.
absolutely.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, and they put a little bit more detail into what they were looking for. It kind of,
Hmm.
pinpointed some things, and like the visual storytelling was really good.
Hmm. Yeah, it showed you some
Because,
of the targeting definitely,
like the
highlighted.
definitions and what
Yeah,
it was going for. Yeah, I
what it
just
was.
thought,
It's like, oh, identifying swords, not just people, but like,
yeah, the weapons too and
yeah,
what it
yeah.
is and what you're going against.
Mm.
And yeah, and then I like this Predator fight between the two brothers. This is a good one.
The two brothers fighting end up being
Yeah, the two brothers fight.
fighting together. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, they fight so hard, so hard,
and they end
and
up
and,
teaming
and they
up.
beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah,
Like they're not like at first you think they're gonna hold back, and then there's like that classic scene where one of them gets hit that little too hard, and they go, okay, okay, so it's over, and they go at it. They're like I thought that was a great fight scene.
hmm
Like with them, and then I can't remember how the Predator shows up in this one. Like when he decides to attack them.
from
There's
the
three
other
moments.
side of there's a curtain of a picture of their father, and
Oh yes,
there's a tear in it or something, and the one brother looks over, and you see the predator, and then he comes through that
yeah,
tapestry or whatever it is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
that's how he shows up.
yeah,
That's how they run across the predator initially, I think.
yeah.
See how
After it's been watching them the whole time,
he comes through the.
and
Yeah.
he's again a different variant. He's clearly like a swordsman of the Predator class. You know what I mean? Like
All all
he's
his
more
weapons
hand to
were
hand.
yeah yeah. All his weapons were melee weapons. Or
Yeah,
maybe not
yeah. He
all.
wasn't
Maybe not all of them, but he had like big fucking
blades the whole
blades and
time, and
shit. Yeah.
he wasn't using any like pulse cannons or projectiles that much, at least.
He did have that one projectile sword thing, and then when it
Yes.
stuck, if it stuck, it would pop out two sides and
Oh
do like
yeah.
extra
Yeah.
damage. That was his only projectile that I remember, though. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh,
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. And then the samurai brother dies, right?
hmm
In this fight. Yeah.
Yeah, he takes too much damage. The samurai
Yeah.
brother,
Yeah.
he took a pretty good double blade jabbing from the predator. They both
Predator.
did,
Yeah.
or the predator, yeah.
They both take
But
like incredible
the
damage.
samurai brother took a good one though. Like as where the ninja brother, he just took more of a flesh kind of.
Yeah. Like
So,
scrape.
mhm.
Whatever you could call a
So
scrape by these things. They go like like
it,
2 inches deep the second they
it
touch
only
you.
went through his shoulder instead of his
Yes.
guts or
His entire stomach.
yeah. So then yeah, samurai brother dies, leaving ninja brother, and then I
And
think that isn't the next scene again with him in a collar, and you see
yeah, and they're in like a kind of a ship or something. Like you see
in a
kind of like a red room, a black and red.
in a yeah, just in a dark. They're sitting against a wall in a dark
Yeah,
room.
and 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 then you see that it's both of them
hmm
at the end here.
And then I was actually thinking at that point, oh, okay. And then I was like, okay, so are these two time frames that close? Like I did, like, were they both at
No,
841 AD or like
no,
that's what I was wondering at that point.
right?
hmm
Me too, because those are kind of close.
hmm Well,
They could be like
they
if
show
you
them
don't, they're
both.
not.
You show them both sitting there
Yeah,
alive and
but
whatever. Like they look
uh,
like they
it
just.
looks like that they just got out of it, and you
Mhm.
know,
So that's what I was
and
wondering at that point.
but no, I'm pretty sure though they're like 1,000 years apart almost.
hmm
I'm like even 600. Like I think there's a long time frame between that.
Yeah, probably probably a couple of thousand anyhow. I would think,
Yeah,
but maybe
and
not.
yeah, hit the comments. Somebody tell us how bad our history is,
Yeah,
and tell us what the difference between
samurais and
what is
Vikings.
it? 18, what is it, 1874 AD, and when the samurais were going.
841 AD for the.
Yeah, yeah, 841 AD, and whenever the feudal Japan samurai era was, because I have no idea, no idea. But I don't think they were that close that they could be living together or like alive together in some area. But anyways,
Anyways, yeah,
then it cuts.
they show them both sitting there with their fucking electric collars on, and then
Yeah,
off we go.
and then it cuts again, and then it cuts into number three, the bullet, which is set in World War II.
Yeah, 1941.
Yeah, yeah, 1941, World War II.
That's another 41.
Yeah,
The first one was
the
I didn't realize that till just now. The first one was 841, and now all of a sudden we're in 1941. Coincidence?
all right. Probably not. There was probably a 41 in the time frame of the feudal Japan thing, but
I
neither of us caught it.
wonder.
Now
I
I want to
know
have to go back
they
there.
didn't show a date or anything for that one. I was watching
That's
it.
what I didn't think.
Yeah.
Like, and I watched it again, and I
Mhm.
didn't see it, but like
No.
maybe I just kept blinking at the wrong point.
Yeah. No,
Like,
there definitely
okay,
wasn't. There was no timestamp on that second story.
okay, so that's kind of funky that they did that both of these are in 41s, but the other one's not the middle. Anyways, so yeah, it's World War II, and we're on a helicopter, like a carrier ship for pilots, and we're with the what are they called? The aces, or flying aces, or
Yeah, something like that. The
something like that.
Aces. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. One of those stereotypical, like, we're the badass squadron of pilots. But you're not following one of the badasses in this. You're following a young kid named, oh shit.
I didn't write it down.
Do you
I
have
don't
his name
remember.
down there?
I don't know.
And his nickname, they call him the Bullet. That's his call sign, is the Bullet
The Bullet.
in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
end. Yeah, that's what they call him. But it's like Ramirez, and I'm not saying that but he's also a Latin American. But it is something like that. I don't want to say like Ramirez is just,
Shit, I can't remember.
but like,
Anyways,
yeah. But yeah, it shows him that he's a very eager pilot and he wants to get into this war, and he's working on this goddamn plane that barely fucking works. That's his plane or whatever that he's supposed to get together. And it barely runs. It's put together with makeshift
I'm
parts,
not a mechanic. I'm a pilot.
right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll put that thing together first, and then we'll see how you can fly
Mm.
it.
It's
And then,
the movie starts with him and his father, and he's younger
yeah,
still. They're driving,
yes,
and
yes,
the kid's car breaks down, and then the father sits in it, and he's like doing some sort of listening, becoming one with the car kind of thing or whatever.
yes,
What's
yes,
wrong with it? Blah blah blah, and then says now you got to look after yourself, and he hands the kid a piece of paper, and the piece of paper is his draft paper. So he's been drafted. So off to the war he goes. Yeah, now he's a pilot. Wants
yeah,
to be a pilot because he's not a mechanic.
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, go ahead.
Not a mechanic. Yeah, no, I totally forgot about that whole opening. Thank you. Yeah, I want to be a mechanic. No, don't want to be a mechanic. I want to be a pilot.
Uh-huh.
And then he's down there, and he's working hard, but he's still a mechanic. They're still
Mhm.
using him as a mechanic,
And not a good one.
and not a good one.
No.
And they're all making fun of him. Like he's kind of the butt of the joke for a lot of these scenes.
Hmm.
And but then we get a really cool guest appearance from one of my favorite. He's an actor in the Alien and the Terminator movies, and he's a voice star, and he plays the captain of the Aces.
I was
And
wondering who that was actually, because I was like, I knew that it sounded familiar or whatnot, but I was like, I couldn't place it.
it's Michael Biehn, the guy who played Corporal Hicks in Aliens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this he finally gets to be one of the other three people that have been killed by an alien, a Terminator, and a Predator.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because there's only two other actors before him, and I count this. I put him in that pedestal, man. I put him in that pedestal.
Hmm.
Bean, yeah, Michael Bean, Behn, Michael Bean, Bean. Shut up, Jay Sherry. I'm bad at pronouncing people, but
It's Hicks.
thank you,
Hicks.
Michael Bean. It's
Hicks.
Hicks, Corporal Hicks, motherfucker,
Yeah, yeah.
and or also Kyle Reese from the
Oh,
Terminator,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
which
Kyle
is another
Reese. Yeah.
franchise. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So that it's cool that when I heard his voice, I did the same thing. I was like, wait, I know that voice,
I couldn't
and
place
I
it.
went.
I knew it,
I
but I
had to
just
go.
couldn't place it.
I just looked the cast and it was like Michael B. I was like, oh, for fuck's sakes, obviously that's him. So yeah, nice for the win, right? Michael Bean, he's on there. He's on with the three with Lars Fredrickson and God damn it, Bill Paxton, another one of my favorites. Those three men have been killed by all three of my favorite franchise murder machines.
Mm.
The Alien, the Predator, and the Terminator.
Yeah, that's an elite group.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So enough of my gushing and my lore, but that I know a lot of people were like, that's pretty cool that they brought him in, and uh, so I was just really happy that it's just a nerd thing. a little bit of trivia and a little bit of like, oh, that's for the fans. I know it is that they
Mhm.
got him to do that.
And he needed a paycheck.
And oh, absolutely, he did. Well, I mean, he got a really good paycheck from Alien 3 because they used his picture. He got the same money he got from Aliens in Alien 3 because they used his picture.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
But he didn't make that happen easily. Because he
Oh
read
yeah.
the script, he's like, "You're killing me off? Fuck you!" Like I am like because in Hollywood, there's also a thing where if you're signed on for a movie and then a sequel happens, and your character's in it in any way, you are supposed to get paid like a certain amount more than your first. So that's why a lot of movies do reboots and they bring in different characters to be the main characters because it
Mhm.
gets too expensive to bring the original ones back.
Uh-huh.
Uh, when sequels get too high and they don't make enough money,
Mhm.
yeah. So that's why you start seeing different characters in sequels. But just a little Hollywood thing. So he fought and he was like, "No, fuck you guys. You're gonna kill me off. I want to get paid at least as much as the last movie."
Mhm.
And all he did was show his picture. That was it.
Yeah.
And that's why they went really in depth in the theatrical version because that's the one they paid for. They didn't show his picture in the assembly cut because they didn't want to
Oh,
pay him
that's right.
again.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that too.
Yeah,
Now, yeah, yeah.
yeah. They didn't want to pay him again, so they didn't use his picture again, and they just did like a little write up thing. They changed that whole opening,
Mhm.
but. But in the theatrical cut, not only do they show his picture, they show his mangled fucking body where there's just a beam through his head, his skull's like over here. Like you can tell the production were like, okay, well, we're gonna fuck with this fucking body. Like you can tell they were a little mad. Well,
Mhm.
if you actually like pause, like it's a hard thing to see. It's kind of dark and all that, but if you pause and if you see any of the behind the scenes, they'll show you like the body they made for him, and it is gruesome. Like yeah, his like jaw is like up here on the fucking thing, and it's like through his head and his body. Oh, it's brutal. Anyways, so you get introduced to the captain, Michael Bean, and he's coming in. He's kind of talking shit, but he comes in and he like shows himself as the captain and but he shows that he's got like kind of a soft heart for the main character here.
Mhm.
Like he's kind of trying to take him under his wing in a sense.
Mhm.
So yeah, I got a feel of that when he's like, oh, like and then an alarm goes off. I guess
Ah,
like then
there was
there's
a plane crash on deck.
yeah, plane crash on deck, and then they all get alerted and they fly up. Do
I've
we
never.
see the predator
No,
at this
no.
point?
There's the one pilot though that was on the crash plane, and he's like, I've never seen anything like that before. It got shot with hook.
Yeah,
I got shot with hooks or something.
yeah.
Something
Oh
along
yeah, and
those
then
lines.
they were able to pull like the piece of the hook, and
The kid sees that
the
one
kid's looking
torpedo.
at it.
It's like a torpedo that
Jeez,
didn't. Yeah, didn't
deploy.
it didn't deploy or something. Yeah,
Yeah, and
till
so
he
he's
till he
he's
started fucking with it with the blow. He's like sawing on it and hitting it with a hammer, and then
yeah.
he gets a little torch, and then when he's hitting it with the heat, all of a sudden the thing
It's
fucking it
fires off.
it
Yeah,
fires
that's
off.
what it
Yeah.
was.
Mhm.
And that's where he gets the idea of heat, I believe, with their technology. Because this is the first one where they actually bring in I want to bring up I'm the flying technology with only seeing heat, but that's a little bit further. Uh
Mhm.
and that's kind of one of those things where or you kind of like see the character go, "What the hell?" It reacted to heat. Well, like, and that's one of those things.
Mhm.
I took in the second time I watched it, not the first time, but the second time I watched it. I went, oh, that's kind of like another like foreshadowing precursor to he understands
The
heat and that there's some relation with these creatures or like
mhm.
this thing. But yeah, it pulls off and it fucks up a bunch of stuff, and then all the aces fly off, right?
Yeah, they fly off to go
and
fucking get whatever it is that took down all those
yeah,
airplanes and
and
whatever.
they find some bogies up above that are like some Nazi bogies that they're
Mm.
regularly fighting. But also, yeah, they find out all this technology, and I remember this section, but I don't. Again, I am awful. This is a review show, and I can't remember the fucking movie I'm reviewing. But after the how did go to try to warn the general thing on the ship to be like, hey, pull them out there. There's something out there that we don't know. There is like, is
Oh,
that
he
when he
can't
warns them?
because he's telling everybody
Yeah.
on the
Oh yeah.
on the
Yeah.
ship, we gotta warn them, we gotta warn them, and they're like,
Shit.
they're out of radio.
Oh yeah, we can't.
So then he's like, so
Yeah,
that's
even though they're looking at him like he's crazy, but yeah, they're like they're out of radio anyways.
so then he yeah
So he goes down and puts together his piece of shit plane
barely running airplane.
because
Yeah,
it's the only one.
the
Yeah, he's
bullet,
barely running an airplane.
the bullet.
The bullet, and yeah, with a few slightly comical scenes, and then one of him just, you know, being like, "I have to do it." When he shuts the thing, he's like, "It's gonna happen," and he gets it started, and then he takes off, and then it cuts to his buddy. Like he takes off, and he's like barely going out, and then his buddy goes, "Oh, he's definitely gonna die."
Yeah, that
And
was
I just thought that was another
that
comedic
was
scene where his buddy
yeah, that one made me
who was
laugh
just
too.
like,
Actually, yeah.
because he was just going like, it doesn't even run. Like, what are you doing? And then he gets it going and goes off. He's like, he's definitely gonna die. Like again, like one of those few comedic moments that work in movies like this
hmm
and stories like this. So like you can have comedy
He's dead.
in yeah, like, oh he's absolutely dead. And you can have comedy in these action horror movies, like action sci-fi movies that works. And it doesn't have to be cheesy or over the top or one-liners. Just something like that is funny.
hmm
Just
Yeah.
for all the future writers, don't fuck up my favorite franchise. One of
So
uh,
they slingshot him off the aircraft carrier. His airplane
and he
barely
barely lifts
escapes.
up.
Yeah, he's skinning the water.
He's dragging the water. Yeah,
He's hand cranking his wheels up. He gets his wheels up. He gets out of there, and then he's off to go warn the
yeah,
boys. And they're like, "Shut the
yeah.
fuck up!"
Yeah, he gets up to the boys and they're all like, "Shut up, Bullet! What the hell are you doing up here?
uh-huh.
Get on the. This is an active conflict zone. What are you doing? Active combat zone. What are you doing here?"
mm And
Yeah,
then planes start going down quickly.
yeah, yeah. Because well, you see a montage of the Aces winning and just like being
Mm.
badasses,
Oh yeah,
killing all the Nazi pilots, all the
they
Nazi.
dominated them.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And then out of nowhere, you just see this fucking oh no, like a plane comes flying kind of towards the screen, and then it explodes, so like 2/3 of the way away from the screen that we're watching,
Mm.
and then you see the fucking the predator ship, that classic camouflage come off, and and then it cuts inside, and this thing is pissed off. I don't know what this predator is, but it is mad, man. Like the whole time it is like just they all are, but this one is like I don't know if it's a cripple and all it can do is be inside that ship, and like that's why it hunts the way it does and is so aggressive.
Uh-huh.
But man, when it starts going, it is savage, and again some great gore
Mm-hmm.
when it just starts tearing apart the aces, and you see it like these spikes that again, it's not plasma, it's not anything like that. It is like the most aggressive and violent type of fucking warfare. It is just the sharpest metal, sharper than any metal that you'll ever find on Earth, that can cut through anything. That is just launched at high
Yeah,
velocity through things and then retracted.
and then
Even though they
retracted.
absolutely And then they absolutely have all this technology that like the fact that the way their ships run, like it has pulled. They have more, but they're using these like barbaric and badass methods to kill things. I think it's really cool.
Hmm. Yeah, they're in it for
They're
the
like
they're in it for the fun as
for
well.
the
You can
fight.
tell. Yeah, the
Yeah,
fun. Yeah, they don't want it to be
I
too
guess
easy.
that was one thing in the very opening of this movie. It starts with a quote from like the Yautja leader or the Yautja guide,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
you go out for the hunt and you fight the toughest of your species and you bring it back as a trophy or
Hmm.
so, and then you become blah 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 more. But yeah, there's a big quote about, and then you become the killer of killers.
Hmm.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
like you bring back
can't remember exactly what it said. Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty much just saying that, you go, you find the biggest badass you can find, and you kill it, and then you become the killer of killers.
Hmm.
And that kind of sets up the tone of the movie and of all these sections, which I
Hmm.
totally forgot until now. So I might actually randomly cut this section halfway in when I do the edited version because that's so much fun to have to remember that. So I'm just going to do a couple of these. That'll remind me. I'm visual, so when I'm like scanning through, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing there? Okay,
Timestamped.
perfect.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Why am I waving
Yeah,
those yellow flags around?
exactly. So yeah, our boy, the bullet, he gets up and he's making it, and like he's surviving because the predator doesn't see him as a target because he hasn't fired. He has no bullet. Like he can't get his weapons going.
Well, the predator's lining him up, and then one of his engines is
Yeah,
on fire, and then the fucking
yeah.
kid gets out, and
It's
that's
aiming for.
yeah.
Yes, that's the scene of my disbelief
Mm,
is where the kid like launches it, like wrenches it so the plane will hold at like an autopilot, and then he gets out and tries to, and of course they make it seem like it's tough, but no, he would probably just get sucked right the fuck out, like right then.
uh-huh.
And even when he hits the water, when he goes,
Mm.
he's not going at a slow pace. Like he would have got torn the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that's what I thought too.
But yeah, but he gets out and he kicks the thing off, and then the Predator's thing shoots towards it, and then that's when he gets the idea. Heat. It's
Yeah,
following the heat.
yeah. Because the missile,
Like that
the shoots, the alien predator shoots the
shoots its
fucking miss.
projectile.
Yeah, just when the kid knocks the flaming tank or whatever it is
The
that's
the
on the plane
yeah,
off, and then
his auxiliary tank or whatever.
he sees the missile turn and take off after the
Yeah,
burning tank, and
after
that's when he knew it was uh, for
yeah
sure a heat
heat.
sensor. Yeah. Then they're like, let's fly straight up into the cold air.
Yeah, because then he gets his the backup with the captain
Hmm.
because they're the only two alive.
They're climbing as high as they
Yeah, and
can.
yeah, because he goes like, what, the captain goes like, what do you know about them? Like,
Hmm.
what's going on? What do you know? And he goes, well, I got one thing. They can only see heat. And I was like,
Hmm.
well, let's go till where they can't get us. So they go up and up and up and up, and they're going up, and they're about to hit the point where they kill their engines
Hmm.
and then fall back down. And then the other captain goes, hey, it's just you that's making it back.
Avenge me.
You're the one that has avenge me. You're the one that, yeah, exactly, avenge me. Kill that motherfucker. I'm pretty sure his final line is like, kill this motherfucker for me,
Hmm.
or something like that.
Something
Like
like
some
that. Yeah.
some good, yeah. And then yeah, he goes, and then the predator ship fire. I don't know why it waits so long to fire a fucking like why it waits to do anything because it had a long time, and the amount of time it took to kill all those other ones, it was just like bam, 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 bam.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's again sus, suspended disbelief because it's like, oh yeah, okay, so he wants maybe he wants to get the trophy, so he doesn't want to destroy these two. He wants to somehow preserve them. These are the last
These
two.
are my trophies. Yeah.
Yeah,
I need
right.
I
So
need a souvenir.
yeah, exactly. I need to get the skull out of one of these,
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
and right. So maybe that's the real reason why he doesn't fire because they're
Mhm.
going for a while. They have a whole conversation
Uh-huh.
while flying up, and it's right behind them.
That theory
And
works
the
for
movie
me. Yeah.
shows you that it's right behind them.
Hmm.
Like as they start going up, it's like it's clearly in range. So that's just something that I was like, well, maybe it wants a trophy.
Hmm.
Knowing what these things are, maybe that's what it wants.
Yeah.
So
That
that's what I'm
totally
gonna give.
that makes sense to me. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna give this movie. But then, then they do the whole shut the plane off. And what fucking movie did they do this? Oh, funny, funny. Uh, they did the same whole trick to like defeat the enemy that can only go so high or whatever in Green Lantern, the critically lauded and like hated movie with Ryan Reynolds, the Green Lantern movie.
Hmm. Never
He
saw it.
does
I
the
don't
same
think
thing.
I watched it.
Yeah, he does the same thing, and it's just funny that they reused the whole concept of like, yeah, just go higher, and then whatever is trying to find you can't sense you, and then you kill the engine, and then you start it back up when you fall down. I just put that together. I was like, I know there's another movie. Anyways, that's my ADHD brain. Uh, so yes, he drops and he goes down, and he realizes it's blind to him. But this is what another one thing that bothers me is
He
they
got
have shown,
behind it. Yeah.
yeah, they have shown that predators can swap their vision, you know? And I don't think that a purely heat based vision is the best way to go by an aircraft. And
Hmm.
definitely like an interstellar aircraft. I don't know. There's something about it that doesn't seem like that's the best way to be able to hunt. And in Predator 2 in the movie they show that they can change their vision to
Uh-huh.
sense different things. And it's not always heat. They use heat when hunting to sense humans when they're on the ground. But in the air, I don't know.
That's
It
in
doesn't seem like the best.
Predator 2. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
When we review it,
Yeah,
I'll point that out. Yeah,
I'll remember it now when I watch it.
right. There's a big
Yeah.
scene where the predator goes like, and he changes through a couple of different visions,
Oh yeah.
and then he finds like a different vision
Do you
type,
remember what
and
they
then that's
were or
how.
anything? Do you remember what?
One of them was like flashlight, like light. He could see like light reflected, and that's what got like ultraviolet. He could see ultraviolet lights that are being
Uh,
reflected, and that's what
oh yeah.
gets the guys cut because they set him up in a cold room and they use ultraviolet lights. And then another one is it kind of just seems like a random grainy view. They might have just picked some kind of effect to put over it.
Hmm.
But he just kind of like swaps through three or four views, and then he sees something that he didn't see before, and he goes, "What? There's something here." And it's kind of cool. Like they use the Predator as a character in that
Actually,
movie a lot.
that part sounds familiar. Yeah, he just sees like a little
Yeah,
speck. He just sees like a little spot or something, doesn't he?
yeah. Well, at
Like,
first he starts seeing these spots falling down, and then he flicks, and like something lands on him, or like he doesn't feel right, and he flicks, and then he doesn't really see anything else. It's a little different. And that second view was actually supposed to be his xenomorph, so he can see the aliens because they give off a different kind of signature because of their acid blood.
oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and then he goes to a third one that's kind of like a blurry, and then he goes to the fourth, and that one is it shows the lights, and you see the lights off of these guys' guns just flashing everywhere, and it has this snow kind of, and he sees like this ultraviolet snow that they threw on that makes everything reflect, and it's falling down, and it goes like it gets all pissed off because it sees,
Hmm.
oh wait, there's things here, and I didn't know that. Like it gets caught off guard, and it's kind of cool to see that.
Hmm.
But
Anyways,
anyways, through all that,
forgotten technology.
yes, yes. Uh, so I just get a little bothered by the heat. But anyways,
Mhm.
he gets behind the predator ship, which again he drops it. Whatever, he's following this. This is kind of one of the sections I went, okay, okay, but gets behind it, blows it up a little bit. But like he
Takes
hits
out
one of the jet.
hits one of the engines. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, hits one of the engines.
Mhm.
Fucking blows that up, and and you can see it goes, and then doesn't he hit it again? Oh yeah, no, and he drags it into a war zone, like into the middle of like
Oh,
some.
that's right. Yeah, big
This is another.
firefight. Yeah, both
This is
sides are
another
going
thing
at
where
it.
I'm like, well, like, wouldn't any of those pilots and any or like anybody be like, hey, I saw this giant fucking machine just rolling through. You know what I mean? Like there would be some kind of history about that.
Yeah, you would think.
You would think. Definitely with all the World War footage somehow footage that they had.
Hmm. Although it was out in
But
the,
anyways,
it was. I think it was out in in this in this ocean, wasn't it? I can't talk.
yeah, yeah, it was over in the ocean, and it was like two carriers fighting, but
Mhm.
like two like a fight
Lots,
like it was a
lots of,
massive
lots
sea and
of,
air.
lots of anti-aircraft explosions going off.
Yeah,
They're,
because
he
that's what ends up fucking up
he leads
the
them.
the predator
Yeah.
ship at first.
Mhm.
Yeah, he leads them through it, and then he leads them right at an anti-aircraft. I'm pretty sure.
You can be sure both sides of that battle, they were probably both aiming for that thing at that point. Like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
absolutely.
Like, what the fuck is
I
that?
never, I whoever that is, I'm shooting that fucking thing now.
Target that thing. So
Right?
maybe that's
Is
why it
that
cut
ours? Is
through it.
that ours?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not ours. Yeah, shoot that thing.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I loved that. And it was just that like, okay, so they're going like full World War II. And I get it. The technology wasn't up, so nobody had a cell phone to be like, what the fuck is that thing? So
Nobody would believe you anyhow. You're crazy.
right?
Then
Right? You're crazy. You're shell shocked. You're
yeah,
shell shocked.
yeah, take this electrotherapy here. We're gonna shock you for a
Right?
while till you forget about
Right? We're just gonna poke this needle right in your eye for just a second. Lobotomize. Yeah, so he takes
it.
it through there, and he gets the predator ship just fucking beat to hell, and it goes underwater, and he starts celebrating
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, I took it. I thought that was it. I mean, I knew it was gonna happen, but it was just like cool seeing like the way they shot it and how it like slowly showed back up under the water
Hmm.
as
Yeah.
his plane was flying, like the predator ship slowly as he's like, yeah, fuck yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Oh, and you just see that he notices it come up behind him again, and just
Hmm.
oh,
And it's
and
angry.
yeah, it is angry, man. Again, why do I not remember the deaths? I know he takes the ship out, but how in this one?
This with his own technology.
Oh yeah,
Somehow,
he makes it
somehow,
shoot itself, like wrap itself.
somehow, it wraps itself in its own fucking um,
Cable shot, like
cable shot thing, or
yeah,
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 I can't remember
yeah, and then it
exactly.
like crushes it and explodes.
I can't remember how he tricks it into shooting itself, but
Yeah, or like I think he uses some kind of heat to make it follow. God, like I just watched this movie, man. But
yeah, no, me too.
yeah, and then I guess to cut right.
I know he gets taken out with his own weapon. I know that,
Yeah,
but
yeah, and then that's the end of the three main chapters of this movie.
mhm.
And now a big heavy spoiler warning for the connective tissue, the reason for what the fuck those colors were, that's coming out now. So if you haven't watched the movie, and you fucking should, go stop, watch the movie, come back, and then watch this when I put it out as an edited version. Yeah, yeah. You, the two people that are watching live,
Whoops.
yeah, you should go do that. No, but I just wanted to put that out there so I can mark it.
Red
Yeah,
flag.
and
Red
then
flag.
right, and now we get to what the hell has been going on with all the characters and
And their
the
electro
red
collars.
collars, the electromagnetic powerful collars.
Their shock collars. Head
Yeah,
head exploding shock collars.
yeah,
Because
yeah, and they get
they show them actually, yeah, because they blow one up, they kill one of their own.
yeah, just to
They
show them.
they kill a predator. I wonder why that predator got killed. What did he do to deserve to get his head blown off by one of those? I
He must have been a bad blood, which is a thing.
wonder.
It's in Predator lore. If you kill somebody that's not worthy, you're labeled as a bad blood, and then you have to really fight back to get your honor back.
Yeah.
And but I don't see that there's any way that putting on one of those colors, he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get my honor back." No, you're just gonna get your head blown up, man. But you know that's what's gonna happen. Like, so they call it, you know. But yeah, he just proves that, like, oh yeah. And I guess this is when we get introduced to the badass predator too.
Hmm.
Or does the king come out right away? Yeah.
Pretty much right away, because yeah, he's there right
I
from the
guess I guess
start. Yeah, 'cause he's the one who's
yeah,
like,
because they're introducing everything, and
mhm.
again, I it's been a while. Not been a while. I just apparently can't remember details. I remember specific parts really well.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah. And again, I really like this. I'm not saying it's bad, but or forgettable. I am just a fucking stoner. Uh, just look at that
yeah.
farmer's pan. Jesus, I am so different colored there. Fucking do some post editing there. Jesus Christ, it's like
Trans,
Casper meets fucking Van Damme.
you're
Uh,
transparent. You can see through.
right, right. Oh my ghost, 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 ghost. Oh, I should paint myself green next time so I can just green screen it.
Yeah, there you
Like, look, I'm so white. I'm just cut to a green screen. Like, you
go.
can't even see me.
I'm invisible. I got my predator cloaking device on.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah. And so they pretty much just get dropped off in the Coliseum, right?
Yeah,
Like they're
yeah, and
there, they
then
talk for a second.
the king fucking predator dude or whatever is like,
Yeah,
okay, you three fight, and then the winner of you three fights me.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And he is a badass. And it's been proven that the tails that are hanging off are xenomorph tails, like
Oh, is that
alien,
is?
like from the alien.
Oh yeah,
His cape that he
yeah,
has that he's
yeah,
walking
yeah,
with that has like
yeah,
all the tails
yeah. I
and,
didn't.
and the whole rib cage.
Oh yeah,
Apparently, the whole rib cage that comes off of him is like a xenomorph rib cage too.
oh yeah, yeah. It's quite the
So he
it's quite the outfit.
right.
I had no idea what it was, but yeah, it's quite definitely stands out. You're like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. It's the alien tails that he's killed, and then he has like grafted onto him. Because you see, like on the back, there's just these long tails, but on the front, it looks like they're just hooks that are like driven into his skin. You know what
Mm.
I mean? Like there's like eight of them. These hooks on its like shoulders, and it looks like
Oh yeah,
they've just
I
been
don't.
grafted into him,
Oh
and
yeah,
that's just part of them now.
I remember the tail. I
Like
don't remember the shoulders so much, but yeah, the tail
yeah,
almost, yeah, it's huge. Anyways,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So they all start fighting, and they call each other a lot of names. I remember Ursa likes to call the Japanese guy Weasel,
yeah,
and
weasel's
I know
anus.
right?
You were born from the anus of a weasel or something. She says.
Yeah, yeah,
I had closed captioning on or whatever, so it was like, it
yeah. It
was,
was right. Yeah, I was watching it. I was like, well, what? I just heard anus and weasel. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
what?
yeah. It was pretty funny looking.
Again, I was in the middle of a bunch of things, and yeah, just what? And yeah, and then she just keeps calling him weasel throughout the end of this.
Mm.
But yeah, it shows that these three people from clearly three different time frames have been kept alive.
And they
Uh,
give them their weapon of their time period.
the weapon of
So
choice for their
she
time period.
except for fucking Bullet, he gets like a fucking
Yeah,
single shot black powder pistol from 1741 or some fucking thing
yeah, yeah,
instead
yeah.
of
And
instead of a
that you know what that pistol is? That's the one from Prey.
oh yeah, that would be more the time
Yeah,
period. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
yeah. Anthony, like the name that he sees on it. That's the one from Prey.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, so
and then
he gets this fucking useless weapon.
that, and he's like, I can use a handgun. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's World War II. They had guns.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like he
Uh,
wasn't coming out of an era that didn't have guns,
so that part kind of surprised me a little bit. That it showed that like
right?
were the predators
They
just
did
were they just
didn't really know,
were they incompetent that day? Was the guy who's in charge of
right?
keeping track of
Of
technology,
selecting the people, and yeah,
or it's
they're like,
because
oh,
just give him a gun?
yeah,
Just because the machine gun from 1941 would have been, or 47 or whatever it was, would have been too fucking effective. He would have just mowed the other two
right?
down.
I mean, I guess that. I guess there's that.
Maybe that's why they had to give him a.
Right? But give him a handgun and don't have it loaded. You know, like so he has to like grab the ammo himself and load it. That'll give you enough time
Even that
for
fucking
somebody's
black
gonna
powder
cut,
single shot pistol they did give him wasn't loaded. He's like click,
right?
and then
Right?
and then more ammunition appears for him or something. It comes out or
Yeah,
they deliver. So then runs
yeah,
over there and he's like gunpowder, bullets. He doesn't even know what the fuck he's doing.
yeah. Like that has nothing to do with like he's never known how to load it like a fucking musket
And then
pistol.
the ninja and the fucking shield maiden, they're like fighting over. We got to be fight together, fight together.
And she just wants to die. She wants to
she
die in Valhalla.
uh, so they're
Like,
fighting. So they're
she's very much is like, I'm just gonna kill everything. I want to die. My
mhm,
son, I want to be with my son in Valhalla. Like
mhm.
that's kind of what I took from the character.
Yeah,
Was like, I don't give a fuck anymore.
they didn't give a fuck about dying. That's what one of the reasons why the
Yeah,
Vikings were so ruthless.
yeah, because it was looked at as the biggest honor in
Mm-hmm.
their system, like to die in battle,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's how you reach Valhalla.
No fear of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how brainwashed they were.
right.
No fear.
We could use a few. We could use a few more like that again.
So okay, I'm trying to remember what happens here now. So somehow they.
The beast comes out. They send out a beast because I think they stopped fighting.
Oh yeah, they send out that big fucking beast thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and it like eats the predator that was there because it gets like the gauntlet inside of it.
Oh yeah,
Or
fucking
the
bullet. Somehow
yeah
it eats bullet
yeah.
and bullets inside of it and finds some of the alien technology in there.
And
Like
I'm pretty sure it's just an arm.
it's
It's
an
just like an arm and like the sword gauntlet, the
well there
blade
was
gauntlet. Like
some sort of there was an explosive there.
oh yeah, yeah, there was that one too. Yes.
Because then so anyway, he's living inside of this fucking dead alien. Like I'm still in
Well,
here. The fucking
well,
machine comes with it.
at first he's just stabbing on the inside.
Yeah.
Like just hurting
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
the thing, and then they all blow it up. And like they all like they team up finally, the two,
Mm-hmm.
and they're slashing it and fucking just cutting the hell out of it, and they kill it. And then yeah, the speed bikes or what, like the bikes kind of come out and push
Yeah, like the
push the animal away
bulldozer
with
thing.
Bullet.
Fucking, I'm still in here. Pushes it into the
Yeah, hey
trash or
guys,
whatever.
hey, I'm still in here, and push
Yeah.
him into the trash. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and then they get set up like we have to kill each other. One of us, and then they fight up again a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then Bullet comes fucking blowing out of the fucking where he got pushed down in one of those ships, like the bikes that he had,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets them like just get on, go, let's go, and they start
Dig
rallying,
in.
and
Yeah.
yeah, get it, and it was a pretty fun chase scene there for a minute.
He's a good pilot.
Yeah,
He might not have
well, like
admitted
he
much, but he was a pretty good pilot.
right,
Flying alien
and
technologies,
yeah,
figures it out.
well, that's another disbelief that I had to really
That,
go, okay, okay,
that's
okay,
made.
that he
Yeah.
could just figure it out,
Yeah, just figure it out,
and
and
he
it's
did, and
made for giants too, right? Like the
yeah,
controls,
right, like
like no,
huge
they're not
animals,
here. They're like
yeah,
fucking. But anyways, yeah,
yeah,
he figures it out.
and then he does what his dad did, the breathe in
That's
and
right. Yeah, he does that.
listen to it.
Becomes one
Yeah, that's
with
it.
the vehicle, becoming one with the vehicle.
Yes, and he's like, it can't be that different from whatever fucking plane he was flying. It's like, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
but yeah, he gets them and they rally off and they, I like the when they like launch at the skull and you think they're gonna like land on it and fly off, but they land underneath and like, I don't know. There's lots of cool like flying scenes there
Hmm.
that I was like, and but then the fucking Grendel kill, like I guess that's what Ursa calls the big predator, the Grendel King,
Uh huh.
because he comes up and he just fucking smashes that vehicle down, or
Hmm.
like he slaps the vehicle and knocks, I think Ursa off or one of them. I think he just breaks the vehicle and then they all kind of fly off, and Bullet flies more with the vehicle, and the other two land to fight.
Hmm.
And then they team up against it again. But it starts fucking them up hard. Like it is hitting hard. Like and it's angry, but they are doing damage to it.
Hmm.
Like they keep stabbing the shit out of that fucking predator. But yeah, I do remember that the fight with the big boss predator was pretty badass.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he slaps them around, and then but at the same time, Bullet goes and finds a bigger ship, one of their bigger ships,
Oh,
and
that's
then
right.
he
Yeah.
gets connected to that one.
Hmm.
Yeah, and he gets connected to that one, and then he pulls up like get in. This is yeah, get in, and then they get up and they start running away, and the Grendel King throws
Grappling hook.
something and a grappling hook and it
Yeah.
cuts right through fucking Samurai's arm,
Oh, that's right.
just
Yep.
separates. Oh, he goes to protect her. I think actually. Either way, it's the grappling hook separates the arm, and then it catches onto the ship. They all
Hmm.
get in, but then Ursa realizes that no,
Oh
like
yeah,
I
that's
have
right. Yeah,
to.
yeah. She grabs her shield and
I have to.
she fucking
And it slides down.
zip lines down the fucking thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then cuts it at the source so they can fly away. And she goes, "My boys survived. I don't care. I don't care what happens to me. My boys survived, and you can do whatever you want to me. Kill me right now. Like I don't care." And like she counts them as her new family in a sense because of
Hmm.
what just happened. But I like how she used the term "my boys." I was like, oh, well, like that's her taking in them as a family.
Hmm.
And yeah, and then yeah, you see them flying away. He gets the samurai gets patched up, and then they're driving away, and then the Grendel King, I think he just knocks her out, just kind of like slaps her. and she falls asleep after she talks all that shit. And he walks out and goes, "Let the hunt begin," or "Let's
Mhm.
go hunting." And then a bunch of predator ships come up and
Oh,
start flying in,
lots of them.
like a shit ton.
They're
They,
lifting
yeah,
in from all over the place.
right, and
It's like,
excited. Like you can tell, this is an exciting thing for the predators.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, "Let's go hunting."
Go get him. It's like a rabbit. It's like a rabbit chase for the hound, and the hounds just
Exactly,
go get them. There go the
exactly,
hounds. The hounds are on it.
right. And then it cuts to. I think that's the end of the before the credits because there's the one
Mhm.
last scene that it cuts to. That's the big spoiler scene. Did you
Oh
see
yeah,
that one?
yeah, I think so. Go ahead. I think I know what you're going to talk about.
Yeah. So the big spoiler of it is that they didn't kill her. They kept her alive and they put her into like a pod
Hmm.
and they're walking this pod through a dark chamber and you see like a big alien,
It's
something
like
else that they had saved.
it's like a warehouse full of fucking pods.
Pods
Hmm.
of people so you can see, oh, this is what they do is they find the best warriors through time and space and then pit them together.
Hmm.
And yeah, and they're walking through and then they pass a couple of big alien looking things and then they pass another one and they stop and then you watch the pod get like the main pod with Ursa get taken away and then it zooms up on this pod that's standing
Hmm.
and it is the lead chick from Prey. I
Yeah,
don't know her goddamn name, but it is the warrior from Prey.
yeah. That's who I thought it was.
Yeah, and what's cool is because after Badlands, there's supposed to be a Prey 2, and I think it's gonna be how she ends up there.
A prey too. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
How she ends up there. Oh yeah.
yeah. Like because when she killed the thing, she was back in her tribe. Like there would have to been something that happened.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And she had already killed it. So I think the story is going to be like another predator coming down and then getting her. Because also, uh, she still had that pistol at the end frame. She still had that on her side, and that pistol is the one that also the predator gives Danny Glover in Predator 2 at the end. It's the same pistol.
Oh
So
yeah.
there's a long so that means it has to end up back in the predator's possession chronologically.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go.
So a lot of ridiculous lore thrown out there, but
Hmm.
that pistol's going to mean something. I think
It's
in Predator 2, that's how it's in Predator Play 2, that's
Predator
how
two.
it's going to connect.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So of the three stories, sir, which one was your favorite?
Uh, honestly, Ursa,
The
the
Viking
Viking
one.
story was yeah.
It was the
I
there was the most story in it, but I think I enjoyed the fucking samurai one more so. But
really, but
mhm,
it had great action.
it
The
did.
samurai one,
They
I
both
thought
they
had,
well they both did. But
but it was more one on one and less just the one giant predator fucking up everything, and
mhm,
then one person surviving to take it on. Because the predator in the samurai one was a little smaller. It was more like what you remember.
mhm, mhm. Not that I didn't like
So like
not that I'm
inside,
not saying I didn't like
no,
the fucking the Viking story.
right,
I loved them
no,
both. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably take the samurai one. My least favorite was the
yeah,
bullet. The bullet was probably my
yeah.
least favorite. But
I just thought there was too many things that I had to like gloss over. The other ones, it was like, oh, whatever. Like I didn't have to overthink it. But the bullet one, I was like that
well,
doesn't
what kind of? I mean,
that.
the first two were fucking badass warriors, and then
Yeah. So where are you gonna go from
so
there? And then
so
the
so the best warrior was that we had on the planet in
one pilot.
1941 was a one pi. Yeah, it's like it doesn't really fit.
No, it's not like a top. like a military
like
assassin or
like.
military sniper.
Mm-hmm,
Well, I would love a sniper in World War II, like a story of that. You know what I mean? It
mm-hmm.
sees this glint, it's hunting for it in there, like the guy's hunting for this glint, this thing. I would like to see that from World War II, like a
Mm-hmm.
sniper challenge. I think that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting at a distance, like forced somehow to fight at a distance.
I'm glad I watched this though. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was a great, and that's the other thing. The way that this ends, it could set up for 1,000 more tales like this.
Oh
You know what I
fuck
mean?
yeah, no doubt, eh? Yeah,
Like
that
about
where
from all different.
wouldn't even have to be human species. Like they're
No,
like
it could be xenomorphs from
it's
aliens. It could be
E.T. E.T.
exactly right. I want to see the badass ET
Yeah,
that's got the fucking red bandana like Rambo. It's running out there. It's got a cigarette in its mouth. And, oh,
like a like
ET finds gun.
like
ET finds gun.
Reese's Pieces. Hmm.
Right? Yeah, the predator's just throwing out Reese's Pieces and just sitting up in the forest.
So the young
Woo.
the youngling predators. So like are they like
Yes,
when they're like little? Like are they little? Are they ever little? Like kids and
I think
teenagers?
so. Uh, they
So
never show that,
so do
but
they
I
like when they're younglings like that, do they get to go like hunt the easier ones like the fucking ETs and the fucking the ones that
and
aren't so
like the snakes
yeah,
and like the
the
small
target
things on.
the ones that aren't that dangerous.
Well,
Just
see, and that's funny you bring that up because in the very first Predator movie, the Predator has like all these tiny bone skulls all over it, and it's like, well, you're here to kill like the highest ranked thing like on the planet, but you have all these like tiny
yeah,
animal
yeah.
skulls,
I forgot about that.
and I think as the youth they grow up and they kill what is the most dangerous to them, and they're probably dropped off on planets that have less dangerous beings
Yeah, and they
that they fight.
just kill everything. Just go fucking
Yeah,
just go
yeah,
target practice. Go
and
hone
in
your shit.
Predator 2, in Predator 2, you actually get to see that there's a few of them that sit there and they watch over young predators hunts like the
Oh yeah.
olders.
Hmm.
Because at the end of Predator 2, you see that there's a bunch of them that have been there the whole time,
So
and they're kind of watching over this young
so next week we're doing Predator,
predator. The very
Arnold
yeah,
Schwarzenegger Predator. Okay.
yeah, we are going back, but we had to start with the newest one, and I'm glad to watch it. It was a great watch. It was
I enjoyed that. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's high up there, but we'll have to watch the rest of them to really be able to come back and re-vote on how high it is because
I have to put
you
some
got to watch the rest of the franchise
have to put some thought
to
into the next three fucking time periods or warriors you want them to pick out for the next
right.
because they
That'll
just
be
they just picked out some pretty badass ones with the Viking and the fucking samurai
right.
and a
I think
ninja even. So yeah,
Genghis Khan would be a great time
mm.
period.
Some Mongolian
And
warriors. Yeah,
Egypt, yeah, Egyptian,
Spartans.
anything back then. Yeah,
Some naked
yeah,
ass
yeah,
Spartans running around.
exactly.
Some naked ass Spartans.
Right, just kicking dicks and flapping them too.
All of a sudden, they show up in 300.
Right,
Let's see what
this is
else.
Sparta.
This is for yeah. What else would be a good one? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd have to put some thought into it.
right? Pretty much any like the Crusades, like the any
They could go
any of the
anywhere.
like any old mythological battle, like any of that stuff, like the Dark Ages, all that kind of stuff. You could really go medieval with this shit.
Mm-hmm. With the different types of
And pirates
technology, pirates. Yeah, so they would have had swords and some cannons and some
and ships, some
explosives.
water.
Mm-hmm. But they wouldn't have.
And
Yeah,
I would like to see like a predator actually like in water, or like have a predator like boat because they've never shown that. So like to have one come down and like fight.
Have the,
I
have the,
know, a lot of the cloaking technology gets messed up by water, but I just think it would be cool to see like one that doesn't take that on as much, and it's just like a stealthy little ship and swims, like a more aquatic one.
do
I
we
think
ever
that would be a cool way to take it.
do we ever see
No,
a predator that swims?
no, not. I've never seen that yet.
Oh yeah. So the alien would
Not
have a
that I
fucking
know.
major advantage likely in the water.
Yeah, in any water. Yeah,
Alien
yeah,
versus predator. Alien wins in the water
absolutely,
because they swim.
absolutely.
They swim like fucking dolphins. They swim like penguins.
Right?
Those things.
I'm a fucking dolphin.
I heard it. Speaking of dolphin, so next week,
Yeah. Next
predator,
week,
predator,
up
predator.
on Jimmy Jam Presents Nerdy and Chaotic Review Show, it is the original Predator, and we're gonna now go through the not chronological because you do Prey, but we're gonna go through the release order of all of them, and I'm gonna drag Carl through the highs, the lows, and the meh. It's all right of the Predator franchise, which there's a bit of all of it. Anyways,
Pretty sure I've seen
thanks
them.
again, Carl.
Pretty sure I've seen pretty much all of them. I want to go see 28 Years Later here. It's coming out in the theater in
Oh
the next
yeah,
couple of weeks. So if you want to come
oh
with me,
yeah, hit me up.
I'm gonna
We
go.
will
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
let's
go.
do it. We'll do a tailgate. We'll do a tailgate fucking review after the show. Just on our cell phones right after, or in the car. We'll
Pretty
do
much
it
good.
in the car review.
Pretty much good. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, cool. No, it was fun. Thanks. I'll be here next week.
Yeah,
If I,
absolutely. We're back on
as long as
Predator.
I get that little invitey thing, if I get it, then I'll
Yes,
be on. If it's there, I'll be here. If it's not there, well, then I won't be on.
absolutely. Absolutely. And I love that I have your Viking character created in my animation. So it's
I,
what it's I already know the Viking character. And you got the vape and you got a pop.
I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, that's right. I don't know what the fuck happened. I used to have like a Halloween, plastic fucking Viking horn helmet or whatever.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I don't know what the fuck ever happened to that thing. I wish I still had it because I'd fucking wear it just for this
Right?
show. I'm gonna have to watch it. I gotta watch Halloween. I'm gonna
Right?
watch. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, and watch out for my Halloween episode where I show up as the real Jimmy Jam. And yeah,
There
it's
you go.
I'm 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 going to be doing it. I'm going to be walking around live. I'm going to go not trick or treating, but just scaring children.
Wonder if
No, but I'm actually hoping to get a little bit. This is the year that I get. The last 2 3 years, we gave money to Christmas. So like all the decoration money went to Christmas. This year I get Halloween.
Oh yeah,
So
right
I
on.
want to set up like a little bit of a creepy like whole yard
Hmm.
and like have the fire at the end that that I'm gonna hang out at all night, and I'll be dressed up as Jimmy Jam, and I'll have one set up for the kids until like 6 or 7, and then I really want to get like a bunch of my buddies to do one from like 7 to 10. That's just like a little bit scarier,
Oh yeah.
we're like as soon as you don't see like the 4 or 5 6 year olds,
Uh-huh.
once you get to 10 to 12, oh yeah, scare the shit out of those kids.
That's right. Yeah. With a chainsaw.
And oh yeah, the chainsaw with no chain. It is my favorite fucking. I don't want to give too much away, but there's going to be a lot of that. A lot of power tools with no blade, but just the.
A leaf blower.
Oh yeah,
Chase him with a leaf blower.
right.
They can be
I don't know
pretty.
who Leaf is, but he keeps blowing her.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Leaf Erickson.
Are you playing
All
COD?
right.
Or are you done?
Probably, but my wife's coming up. Gonna be here, so
Okay.
play around, and I'll probably jump on for the second one.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, absolutely. Thanks again, Carl. That was a great fucking review. Great, always fun to bullshit. So yeah, don't forget to keep nerdy and stay chaotic. And I got it wrong again.
Oh, Violet's getting caught
One
up in the
day.
rope. Okay, I think I hit that
Uh
button.
oh.
Oh, battery low. Oh.